Rocky Marciano in white trunks answers the bell for round 4 of a scheduled 10-round bout. Watch him throw a left and catch a left to the face by Lewis. Joe keeps working that left, the only weapon proving effective for him tonight. Here we have a great champion on his way down, meeting a blockbusting youngster on his way up. The winner eventually to take a crack at the heavyweight crown. Rounds 1 and 2 went to Marciano, but we saw Joe Louis coming back stronger in the third, and he's going to do even better here in the fourth. Louis keeps flicking in that left jab. Joe seems unable to put together those famous barrages of his. Barrages that so far have mowed down 56 rivals. In rounds 1 and 2, we saw Marciano using an overhand right. Now watch this one by Louis that glances off Rocky's back. Ordinarily, that punch is used by a shorter man against his taller rival. Yet we've already seen that Louis has 3 inches on Marciano in height and 9 inches in reach. For most of the round, they slug away at close range, with both men trying a number of uppercuts. Here comes a right uppercut by Marciano. It fell short. He tries another before Louis ties him up. Marciano's nose is starting to bleed. Rocky about to wing a right that misses. And if you keep watching, you'll see him miss again with a hard right uppercut. He's missing a great deal, as you can see. And now Marciano seems unable to bully Joe around the ring. Joe's making his best showing of the fight so far. Just a few seconds remaining in round 4, a round awarded by all 3 ring officials to ex-champion Joe Louis. Joe Louis, in dark trunks, leaves his corner with a bounce, as though having caught his second win. Neatly, he blocks a left hook by Marciano and uses his left jab to make Rocky miss with his right. Watch. Joe won the last round, and he seems completely confident here in the 5th. So far, he's been doing little damage with his once-celebrated right hand and has been relying heavily upon his jab. There's that jab to the face by Louis. From the very start, Marciano has been doing the crowding, taking the play from Louis, who once was the stalker himself. A right to the body, then a shove, sends Louis to the ropes. Joe's left jab is keeping Rocky off target a great deal in these last 2 rounds. And yet Louis claimed later he had injured his left hand in the 3rd round. At this stage of the fight, it seemed to many ringsiders that the ex-champion might pull it out by courage and heart alone, backed up by that effective left jab. It seemed as though the man once famous for his stalking methods, his blazing barrages, might succeed in outboxing the cruder, less polished Marciano. Lewis using a wider stance now. He's becoming a little more flat-footed. This has been a good round for Joe, but here we see telltale signs that the ex-champion is tiring. Still, he's moving pretty well and manipulating that left. Lewis pushes Marciano away. He's tired of being crowded by the bobbing, weaving, unorthodox aggressor. Lewis lands a left jab, followed by a left hook. Both good punches. There's a cut now under Rocky's right eye. And his nose is bleeding again. It was bleeding in the fourth. Here comes the end of round 5. The second in a row awarded unanimously to Joe Lewis. Command, just as we'll see him do here in round 7. As early as the 5th round, we saw Lewis tiring. And now here he is, becoming still more flat-footed. The elasticity gone from his legs. Lewis has won his last round. When Marciano sends in a left to the body, watch Lewis return a counter right. So far, that right has caused little real damage. A winging right by Marciano misses the target. But as Lewis kicks out his jab, you'll see him catch a right, then a left, driving him to the rope. Here comes another right. Lewis, in dark trunks, has been trying to fire a barrage to the body, one of his most devastating maneuvers when he was in his prime. But so far, his legs and slower reflexes have made barrages impossible. Joe is far too busy dodging Marciano's savage wallop. The Lewis we're seeing tonight has but a faint resemblance to the great Brown Bomber, who ruled the heavyweight roost for nearly 12 years. Another sweeping right by Rocky misses. Remember, Marciano was on his way up at this time, and not even his fans were fully aware of the power in that right. Neither was Rocky. Marciano trying uppercuts, crowding Lewis toward the ropes. Rocky hooks to the head and forces Lewis to the adjacent strands. Lewis attempting to cover. He's definitely on the defensive. Lewis fighting back inside, but throwing fewer punches than Marciano. Again, Lewis is forced to the ropes. He fights his way off, but the end is near. Round 7 awarded unanimously to Marciano.